Hi everyone, and welcome to our Guide Wars 3 guide. Today we will talk about the Kerapac hard mode battle, recommendations for gear, and its mechanics. Before we jump into the battle, this is the recommended gear and inventory setup for range. For equipment you should have Elite Serenic, though normal Serenic or Pernix is fine, an Eldritch crossbow, a Godbook, Grimoire, or Scrimshaw, Fleeting Boots, Cinderbane gloves for poison, the Reaver's Ring or Ring of Death, a quiver, a max cape, or at least a skill cape, an Essence of Finality amulet, and a DPS aura. For inventory, it's recommended to have your Pontifex ring, dual Ascension crossbows, a renewal potion, Elder overloads, restore potions, the Saren Godbow for its special, Sunspear for planted feet, Sailfish, Saradomin brews, vulnerability bombs, a large rune pouch for ancient magic spells, Excalibur for mobile and healing, and a range style shield. For mage equipment you should have a Praetorial Wand and Imperium Core, Elite Tectonic, though normal Tectonic or Virtus are fine, a Kiln Cape or at least a Skill Cape, a Godbook, Grimoire, or Scrimshaw, Blast Diffusion Boots, an Essence of Finality amulet, a Ring of Death, Cinderbane gloves, a large rune pouch, and a DPS aura. Your inventory should have an Elder Overload salve, an Adrenaline potion, a Spiritual Prayer potion, Seismic Singularity for flanking, Excalibur for mobile and healing, Saradomin brews, Blue Blubber jellyfish, a Ring of Vigor, a Luck of the Dwarves, a large rune pouch, Dreadnips, an Orb of the Cyweir Elders for planted feet, a Mage type shield, vulnerability bombs, a Kopesh for bladed dive, and weapon poison +++. Using this mage setup will make your kill considerably easier, but about 2 minutes slower. If you are a learner, you should have a yak or mammoth full of food. Advanced players should consider bringing a Ripper Demon. Kerapac has 4 phases, although phases 1 through 3 are really just repeats of the same mechanics. In hard mode, for phases 1 through 3, he'll start at 450,000 hit points, and you must lower his hit points to 50,000. He will then heal back up and move to the next phase. In phase 4, you must defeat some echoes and then you can finally kill him. The mechanics in phases 1 through 3 are mostly identical. 3 mage basic attacks, his rift attack, 3 basics, slams, 3 basics, lightning wall, and more basics until the walls disappear, at which point he'll repeat this line. For his rift attack, Kerapac throws an attack at you, stunning you briefly and dealing 2000 magic damage if you don't protect. The attack then spawns a rift at the edge behind you. Kerapac then pulls energy from the rift, dealing rapid 1500 magic damage if you're in the line. In hard mode, you will also take 500 typeless damage per second while the rift is active, no matter where you are. To deal with this, stand on an edge near to Kerapac so the line doesn't cover too much of the arena. Use Anticipate or Freedom, move to the side, and kill the rift quickly using strong abilities. If you are forced into the line between Kerapac and the rift, use Devotion. For his slam attack, Kerapac jumps into the air, then slams down into you. He will repeat this attack 3 times. If you're hit by it, you'll be stunned and take about 1000 melee damage. While you're within melee range, Kerapac will stay on the ground, dealing continuous melee damage, about 2000 per second without prayer. There's 2 ways to deal with this. The hardest but best way is to either surge or escape just before Kerapac slams. This can be difficult because the timing must be very precise. You'll want to press surge around half a second before the slam would hit you. An easier way to deal with this is to bring an upgraded Pontifex Shadow Ring. Once this ring is upgraded with the Anima of Jas, it will prevent the stun from hitting you. You don't have to wear it, you just have to have it in your inventory. Then, just walk away after the slam, and you'll take minimal damage. For his lightning wall attack, Kerapac will summon a wall of lightning from a random edge that goes across the arena. In hard mode, it does high typeless damage, about 3000 per tick, and will kill you quickly if you get hit more than once. To deal with this during phase 1, you'll just surge past the wall once it gets close. Once you beat phase 1, Kerapac will heal back to 450,000 health, and you'll get an extra action button. This is a time warp ability. When activated, it will remember your current position, hit points, adrenaline, and all ability cooldowns. 10 seconds later, you will be returned to that position, and your HP, adrenaline, and ability cooldowns will return to whatever they were doing when you used it. This includes special abilities like Limitless, and an ongoing effect like Death Swiftness. Make sure to use it when your HP and adrenaline are high, then throw out the powerful abilities, since both the ability cooldowns and adrenaline cost will be restored. Do not use it if the spot you are going to will become dangerous in 10 seconds. The ability has a 30-second cooldown after it warps you, so use it often. In phases 2 and 3, when Kerapac uses a special attack, he will also have an echo of that attack from previous phases. In phase 2, there will be 1 echo, and in phase 3, there will be 2. The echo will be in the same location as the attack that was last used in the previous phases. For the Rift attack, the echoes are not really threatening since there is no typeless damage, so just avoid them. For the Slam attack, the echoes don't stun, just try not to surge into them. For the Wall attack, the echoes can create a big problem, since they can surround you and make it difficult to dodge, especially in phase 3. Either use Bladed Dive with Surge to avoid them, or you can use Barricade to block all the damage. If you use the Time Warp ability and then Barricade, you won't waste Adrenaline. Make sure you have high Adrenaline before Kerapac hits 50,000 HP on phase 3, as you will need to do rapid damage at the start of phase 4. Once Kerapac goes into phase 4, he becomes immune to damage, and 3 echoes of both you and him will spawn. Your echoes don't fight on their own, and will be quickly killed, and then the Kerapac echoes will attack you, as well as Kerapac himself. The enemies in this phase will increase their DPS when one of your echoes dies, or when one of Kerapac's echoes dies. As soon as the phase starts, click on one of your echoes to take its place and fight the corresponding Kerapac. If you have Time Warp available, use it, and then Death Swiftness. Deal damage as fast as possible to kill the first echo. If you are in a group, then between the 3 of you, you should quickly clear all the echoes, then Kerapac becomes vulnerable again. Try to kill all 3 echoes at the same time to minimize the damage you take. With 3 players, you can all use Devotion at this time and finish him off easily. However, if you are in a solo, you will have to kill all 3 echoes yourself. If you're running solo, immediately target the second echo when the first dies, but don't click on your echo. Your echoes will die and you will have to tank all 3 remaining enemies. Use Reflect and keep your HP high, as well as at least 70% Adrenaline. After your Reflect runs out, use Time Warp and immediately Devotion. DPS with basic abilities, and then just before the Time Warp activates, use Barricade. For solo, you want to have at least a tier 90 shield with Turtling 4. Both the ability cooldowns will reset, and then you can use Revenge to stack up damage. When the Barricade wears off, use Devotion again, and finish off the second echo. Quickly target the final echo, and use Resonance and Reflect as soon as Devotion expires. Eat, as the damage is quite high. Before Reflect wears off, use Debilitate. A few seconds after the Reflect wears off, Time Warp should be back up. Use it and Barricade again. Finish the final echo and target Kerapac. Keep rotating between Reflect, Barricade, Debilitate, and Devotion to mitigate damage, and you should survive long enough to finish him off. Thank you for watching. If this guide was useful to you, please subscribe to our channel. See you next time.